What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Weekly Review, home of the Wolf Pack. I made it safe and sound to Mexico. I'm enjoying my life, and I suggest you do the same. We totally called that S&P dump on Monday. We're gonna take a closer look at the Bitcoin charts and a little bit of news. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into the charts.
You big all sus, yeah. I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my check looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want a 2-step. Who next? This week I be on the moon next. Stock going up like 2x. That's a fast flip like suplex. Two really stepping like a duplex. You bet never lose change, but I do flex on it.
Here we are in Mexico. I got my green screen. I'm committed to the Wolf Pack. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. It looks horrible. As you can see, we are below the 200 exponential moving average, this white line, yellow line, and we are below this pivot right here. We're definitely going to come back down and chop down to about 4,300 and see if we can find a bottom right here on this 366 exponential moving average. If not, we're going on a long trip down to Bone Town. There's going to be a lot of red dildos. A lot of people are going to get hurt, but I stand to benefit because I have some dry powder to buy the dip. Also, in the last video, I was telling you guys when the markets open on Monday, there's going to be a dump fast. Bitcoin was a leading indicator, S&P futures were closed, and we're probably going to dump and chop down for a while. So relax. Now is really not the time to take any big positions, but a really good indicator would be us getting above this pivot, which just so happens to line up with the 200 exponential moving average. Let's take out 49,000. If we can get up above that and confirm some candles, maybe there's hope, but right now this looks like absolute AIDS. Hex, look at this descending channel. It is a sheer freaking cliff, and it is just plummeting. We are actually still holding the 366 exponential moving average right here at about 14.5 cents. The baby death cross is through and the big death cross looms overhead. I think we're going to get a cross around the 13th, and that is what signals a bear market. I believe that there's something that can save the price of Hex, and that is Pulse Swap. A Pulse Swap sacrifice that takes all this liquid Hex off the market and essentially burns it. I think that was a leading factor to this last epic meteoric rise in Hex, and I think it will happen again. As long as they keep having sacrifices every few months, I think it's going to absolutely pump. I think this can turn around. I'm looking for a buy the dip, but I'm not looking right now. Hex looks bad. I think single digit Hex is in our very near future, especially if these markets are going to continue to dump. ETH, now remember, everyone was saying ETH is a leading indicator for Bitcoin. ETH was above the 21 exponential moving average, and I told you that it wasn't valid. I told you that the markets are confluent, that ETH has just a lower market cap. That's why it's pumping harder. Bitcoin is still the king and will remain the king for the foreseeable future. Anyways, yeah, Bone Town, here you go. It's still very, very bullish. It still could bounce right here at the 200 exponential moving average. Is ETH going to run away with the market? Is ETH going to run away with the bag? No, it's not. ADA just looking bad. If you look at, remember this play right here that we said, and then I told you to get out, to buy this pivot and then get out at the 21 exponential moving average. I mean, dude, like literally, this is the best trading system that I've ever used or ever seen anybody else have. Sand is going down. It's signaled a buy trade right here, but it's breaking down. It's sinking with the rest of the market. This also, Mana, your digital land. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody's scared about the S&P 500. Everybody's scared about macro things. Everyone's scared about Evergrande. No one gives a shit about this stuff. This also broke down. Everything's looking bad. Can a green dildo just come and just wreck everybody? Yeah, probably when there's too many leveraged shorts. All right, guys, let's jump straight into the news. Right here, Fake Toshi himself has just finished up his trial in Florida. This is the guy who claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto, the person who invented Bitcoin. He's been claiming that since 2016, but nobody believes him. However, he was a person in the early history of Bitcoin. He had one of the first big mining farms, and he went into this venture with his best friend, David Kleiman. They did mine a lot of Bitcoin together, but that does not mean that it is the Tulip Fund, the 1.1 million Bitcoin that has never been moved. It's never been touched since it was mined, and he could easily prove that he is Satoshi by either signing that block or by moving some of those coins, and he has never done that. He says losing this lawsuit proves that he is Satoshi Nakamoto, but it does not, because Craig and David were not mining the Tulip Fund. They had a separate mining farm going, and after David Kleiman died, Craig Grant never paid his fair share of the intellectual property that went into that mining farm. Here's an interesting story from a Salvadorian ecologist, Ricardo Navarro, and he's questioning the logic of Nayib Bukele, which is the millennium leader of El Salvador, who's building a Bitcoin city next to a volcano, and they're using that volcanic energy to mine Bitcoin, which would be green Bitcoin. But he says that there's only one problem. This expert is saying that volcanic energy is actually costs more than oil. So this geothermal energy still costs more than oil. Otherwise, they would already be using more of it. What will end up happening is that they will just be buying more oil. There's really no way around using energy. We use energy to secure the Bitcoin blockchain. We use energy for gaming. Like, how much energy is used by gamers? You know, like, nobody's going after gamers. It's okay to use some energy. Yes, let's save the planet, let's conserve, but Bitcoin is one thing that we really do need. But yeah, this expert is saying that this geothermal is super expensive. They're going to end up buying more oil, and that they are afraid that more Salvadorian gangs and drug cartels are going to be incentivized to come into El Salvador, which is not really a good thing. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do like to see the other perspective on things so I can make a well-informed decision. Solana has been a really big pumper, and a lot of my friends made good money on it, but I've never been into it because I think it's a broken, just hype coin. It just has all kinds of bugs. I mean, it was shut off, it's been exploited, and there's been another recent bug that was fixed in the Solana token lending contract. More than 2 billion were made exploitable. A bug in the token lending contract of the Solana platform, SPL, was recently found and fixed by Neodyme, a securities auditing firm. The bug that was discovered a couple months back could have affected several decentralized finance protocols holding more than 2 billion in total value locked, TVL. Their team identified the possible protocols using this contract or derivatives of it and disclosing the bug immediately. This coin has been shilled to the moon on Twitter. This coin is just a shill coin, a pump coin, and FTX signed up to it. They're a very reputable exchange. They're making huge waves in the crypto industry, and they're backing it, but it's not necessarily a good platform. I know a lot of celebrities use it to make NFTs and sell NFTs and stuff, but I am just not a Solana fan, and I'm going to continue to stay away from this project because even though I think it can pump, I think it's a broken contract. I think it's a broken blockchain, and I don't think that it's going to work. I don't think it's decentralized. I just overall don't like it. There isn't a whole lot of other news to talk about. Let's just take a look at these charts again. Let's take a look at the 4-hour on Bitcoin. Let's see what that's doing. Yeah, I mean, it's below the pivot, below the 21. We have a 4-hour death cross, the big one. And you see how these moving averages are fanned out like this? That means that it's a strong 4-hour death cross. I mean, but you know, it is the 4-hour chart. I don't trade the 4-hour chart, is not as reliable. The daily chart is very reliable. I mean, so on the 4-hour time frame, we see like the 43 range, the 39 range. If we lose that, I mean, it's really bad. You know, I don't think we're going to lose it that fast. I think it's going to chop around. I think it's going to frustrate traders, and I think it's going to make people crazy before it actually makes its move. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, consider throwing me a like and a sub. Join the wolf pack so we can dominate this market together.